Hi, powerful co-creators. I hope this video finds you well and happy. It's a beautiful, balmy evening here in Melbourne, and I've just spent some decent, good quality alone time with myself out on the back deck, just stargazing and watching the heavens. I witnessed the first stars rise tonight, and watched numerous changing cloud formations. In Australia we have a lot of wide open space, and you can see the weather rolling in for miles. It's really spectacular. So I was witnessing the most remarkable giant billowing cloud form above my head that led down towards the bay, and I was thinking, wouldn't this be the perfect cloud for a mothership to hide in? If I were a mothership, I'd be hanging out in that cloud for sure. And then I started thinking about what would it be like if I actually had contact, ET contact, for the first time, and would I be able to handle it? Am I spiritually ready, physically ready, mentally ready? Good question. I'd like to think so, but maybe not. I've always enjoyed gazing up at the heavens. When I was young, I used to spend a lot of time bouncing on the trampoline at night, watching the moon rise. And when I was feeling particularly alone, that nobody understood me, i.e. my parents, I would ask the moon, "What's going on, moon? Why am I here? What's my relationship to you and the stars? Why am I so alone? Will someone help me?" And I actually saw my first UFO when I was about 10 or 11. It was a pretty awesome experience, and something I've always held dear to me ever since. Family friends, there was a young boy about my age, and my mother and his father. We just finished a delicious barbecue, and we were lying down on the back lawn, gazing up at the blue sky, and all of a sudden my friend said, "Look, Dad, what's that in the sky?" And he and I were witnessing this round orb-like thing, I suppose. There was definitely a typical UFO, bright white light, perfect circle, didn't sparkle as a star would sparkle, and it was just hanging out, chilling out, hovering, and then all of a sudden this UFO dematerialized. It just flew up into the sky and then vanished in a matter of split seconds. There was no way that this was a helicopter, no way that this was a sphere. I spotted a couple of UFOs, however. I was out in the Flinders Ranges National Park, which is in southern central Australia. It's a very old landscape, prehistoric in fact. And the mountains that are there now are actually the original foothills of the original mountain landscape that have been eroded gradually over 680 million years to be precise. A very sacred and spiritual place with much meaning for the Indigenous Australians, and you can feel the energy. 2 hours of stargazing, I went to a beautiful open field, the Phoenix 12. I just was blowing out at the stars for a while, and I saw these 2 round orb-like figures again, but they weren't orbs, I'll call them UFOs, materialized. So they went from non-existent to transparent to opaque, and then they did some triangular movements around each other, and boom, dematerialized into nothing. So it was mind-blowing, very exciting. Am I ready for UFO contact, ET contact? Well, a couple of weeks ago I had a dream. In it was a faceless, feminine spirit energy that only I could see, and I felt like she was just chasing me down, and no one understood, no one close to me even knew what I was on about. And the one scene that really stuck in my head, I was in a big campground kind of public bathroom, and I was in the very end of cubicle in a very vulnerable position with my underwear down around my ankles, sitting on the dummy, and I felt the presence coming into the bathroom, and I was fearful. I was leaning out trying to see, is anyone coming? And all of a sudden I saw this towel, as if someone had picked it up off the towel rack and started spinning it around, twirling it up, just like you do when you're drying the dishes and you grab a tea towel, twirl it, and you get it in the dishwasher. Well, this towel was all by itself, twirling, and then it started moving towards me and went and it was trying to get me, and it never did, but it was a very scary experience. And after I awoke, I just remember thinking, wow, so if I did come into contact with a spirit or my spirit's guide or an ET, how would I react? Maybe I'm not ready, maybe I'm too fearful. Thinking about this concept of fear, I've recently learned that fear is really just a mixture of anxiety and excitement without the element of breathing or breath. So now when I feel that feeling of fear in my stomach, I try to deep breathe for a couple of breaths. And expel that fear. And then I find what remains is pure excitement and energy. And I also know that if I ever feel in need of some homeboys and some homegirls, of a supportive gang, that I can just call my newfound friend, the angel, my spirit guide, my guardian, my loved ones, beings of light, and possibly some friendly ET. We don't have to go things alone. We don't have to be fearful. We don't have to think we're the only one that understands where we're coming from. We've always got that support to call on, that ethereal support that we can't necessarily see, but we can begin to feel. They're always there for us. I just want to say that gazing at the heavens is the closest I've ever come to feeling unity, to feeling oneness, to feeling like I know my roots and I know where I belong and where I come from. And I just want to share that with you. And I look forward to learning more, discovering more, and I'd love to hear some of your stories about UFOs or contact with your spirit guides or any mind-blowing experience you may wish to share with me. Alright, have a fantastic evening. Bye.